Today I'm honored to have two guests on the couch with me, Ernest Nkosi and Thina Sobabili. Ernest has directed a new movie called Thina Sobabili.
Thina
Sobabili. We're going to get that. It's in Zulu. Hey, Ernest. That's great. This is a first because I haven't seen a Zulu film with subtitles before. It's an acclaimed movie, attracting a lot of attention and will be released later this month. But what interests me is, why did you take on this project? What interested you in this project in the first place? Because this is your first movie.
True. I think mainly my first film was always going to be from an area I come from. So I grew up in Katlehong and we shot the movie in Alex. So some of the social ills around townships like that were always prevalent to me and felt like...
You're saying this was like part of your life.
Yeah,
this was part of the upbringing.
True. So it was, as a filmmaker, you taught to hold a mirror to society. So this is essentially what we wanted to do with this movie.
So it's a social commentary.
Yes, sir, that's true. Social commentary.
Can you tell us a little bit about the story, though?
Well, the story is essentially...
Because you look very young.
I am. I'm very young. I'm in my mid-20s. I haven't even turned 30 yet. So it's a great opportunity because now we've just made our first feature film. And just touching on what Ernest is saying with the social ills, the story is about a brother-sister relationship where you find the older brother, Thulas, is looking after his little sister, Zanele. Now what happens is Thulas and Zanele are in a child-headed home situation. They've got a history. The story now, the film will reveal what happened in the history, who the mother is, you know what I mean, and how they got to be together and how Thulas got to raise Uzanele. And interestingly enough, Thulas becomes overprotective of Uzanele, and she ends up...
How old are you in the movie? I mean, what ages are you?
I play very close to my age. He's more,
okay. So you're
20s.
not teenagers. You're older than that. You're already
Much
developed.
Yeah, already developed. The only person who's probably playing younger than they actually are is Zanele. She plays a teenager, and in real life, she's also in the mid-20s. But she's got the look. She is believable as a young girl, and yeah, she falls in love with an older man. And that now becomes a very interesting part.
Just before you say older man, I'm very old. What is older man?
Sugar daddy style. A gentleman way older than her. She's a teenager, and this gentleman is late 30s.
So someone who would
40s.
drive a fancy car, live in a fancy... Okay.
We have fancy cars.
There's fancy cars in the movie, yes.
And that obviously upsets you.
That obviously upsets Thulas because actually Thulas is being played by Emmanuel Nkosi. Zanele is being played by a very talented Busim Chali. I play Usbuda, and Post Murikwane plays Mandla. And then there are the other characters that I think the South African public and the world at large would love to see on screen.
Just tell us a bit about your background. I find it very interesting that you're not even 30 or you've just turned 30. You're a youngster, and yet you undertake a project of this magnitude, which is attracting attention. And obviously is going to go far.
Well, it's amazing. My background is film and advertising. Went to film school, funny enough, with him, and most of the cast. So we are a film school collective essentially, and then we have a strong background in advertising. I was a creative group head at Davenport, which was top agency of 2014.
So, where did you get the story, number one? How do you go about raising money to make the movie?
Yeah. The story, number one, the story is always there. Like I said, we're from similar communities. So
did you write the story?
Yes, wrote the story.
Okay.
Yes, wrote the story. And then the financing, funny enough, took us 4 years. So we slaved and made a lot of bad corporate videos and music videos to save up. So we saved up for 4 years to be able to tell the story that we wanted to tell.
Did you fund this yourself?
We funded it ourselves, yes, the entire thing.
Can I ask how much it costs? Or is this a secret? Or would you rather keep it a secret? I'm trying to get in my mind what it costs to make a movie.
We initially started with a budget of 400,000. We thought that would be okay. And then we were drastically wrong. And then we ended up coming up with 2 million. So we raised about 2 million rand.
It's a lot of money.
For it, yeah.
And where does the cost go? Where is the cost in making a movie? Is it the equipment, the professionals behind the scene, or did you have to pay this youngster a fortune like Brad Pitt or something? He looks like Brad Pitt, huh?
It's threefold really, because you have to raise production fees, so cameras, gear, crew, everything else. And then after that, there's the whole post-production side. And then from post-production, then you gotta start traveling the film. So that's flight fees, festival fees, all sorts of things. So that all adds up.
Do you get government assistance? Is there anybody that comes to your, your help in actually trying to develop this industry?
There are funding bodies like the NFVF, the DTI, but they had criteria at the time we couldn't meet. So you've had to have had like 2.5 million, for example, to be eligible for a DTI.
Raise money to get money.
Yeah, or otherwise then you're in a process like the NFVF have, where you're constantly submitting and then you're constantly waiting. And we couldn't constantly submit and wait. So we had to do it the hard way and raise the money ourselves.
Oh, that's very bold.
Yeah.
And was this your first big acting role, or?
To this magnitude, because not only am I acting in the movie, but I'm also in behind the scenes with the Monarchy Group, and it's a passion project. We just decided if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this right. You're only ever gonna get your first time feature film.
Just once.
It happens once. Your second feature is not your first; it's your second. So this being our first feature film, we put up our sleeves, all hands on decks, and we're all in. We've taken it all across the world. We took it to New York, took it to LA. That's where it won the first award, the Audience Choice Award.
So, how do you flight this now? Where's the appeal? Because it's in Zulu with subtitles.
Yeah.
I mean, that has a very, I would say, limited appeal. I enjoy those kind of movies.
Yeah.
I love foreign movies far more than Batman or Minions, which is showing here, or those kind of. I love authentic, real movies.
Yeah.
But what's your audience? Where do you now go and market this?
The thing is, what we relied on here is literally the recommendation factor. From showing to New York, to LA, to more recently Heidelberg, it's a human story that it just markets itself. So it's really a passion project filled with a lot of human elements that it doesn't matter where you're from, what language you understand, the story will grip you and it'll get you thinking. So that's what we relied on now.
Has it got Oscar potential?
We're hoping so.
I'm going to see you on the red carpet with Ryan Seacrest.
We are hoping so. Like really, no jokes. We're really hoping so. It's that good.
But that's a tribute to you as well.
No, not to me. To the team and crew behind it. I was just the vehicle.
How long did it take to make it? I mean,
we shot it in a record 7 days.
Are you kidding?
No,
7 days.
7 days. But we broke every single labor law that there was. Working 18, 20-hour days.
But how can you do that? I mean, there must be day scenes, night scenes, and
we shot right through.
Right through?
Right through.
7 days.
Yeah.
I mean, that's absolutely remarkable. Then what's the process from then? How long does the post-production?
Post-production took us a good 6 months, I won't lie, because that's really where you make the movie. And we didn't want to skip any corners with anything in terms of post-production. We really wanted to make sure that the film delivers on look, delivers on performance, delivers on every single aspect, that when you choose to watch our film instead of the Hollywood film, you won't feel cheated. In fact, you feel like you got a bit more, you should have paid more.
So what do you want to achieve with this? I mean, from a social commentary point of view, what's the message there? Who are you hitting at? What do you want people to come away and feel?
Do you want to answer from an active perspective?
Yeah. It's holding up a mirror to society. The main topics that I discussed there is like the sugar daddy issues, the child-headed homes, the domestic abuse. But the best part about it is how the story is told, how those issues are being treated and dealt with on screen. That's the best part about it, because it's easy for me to say, oh, domestic violence or child-headed homes or sugar daddies, and then you go, oh, no, I don't want to hear those topics. However, if you watch, you'll be like, wait, hang on a second. I didn't even realize that those topics are being directly hit at me, because the story is being told in a very entertaining way, and it's also told in a hard-hitting way, and it's told through a very comedic aspect as well, where it's not ha-ha funny, but it's the reality. It's a very truthful movie.
So how did you survive? I mean, how do these siblings survive in this environment? I tell you something, when I run past Alexander, I take a left turn. You know, I live very much in that area. I go for long runs there, but it's a hard-hitting area.
Yeah,
and you know, you can see from the outside how difficult it must be on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this, Thulani and Zanele, for example, they didn't just land there, they grew up within the environment. They were born there, they grew up there, they had to adapt and learn very early what it means and what it takes to live in that kind of environment. So that's what they know. They don't know anything else but that life that they know. So it's either adapt or die.
And adapt?
And adapt they did. I won't tell you how the story ends.
Oh,
though.
I see.
That's when now we're appealing to the public to go to the cinema and get your ticket. We
But
assure you.
Are there
will not
those
be
sugar
cheated.
daddies there?
Oh yeah, this sugar daddy is in Santon right now.
As we speak.
Yeah, as we speak right now. Yeah.
That prey on young innocent people there. That
I think more than anything else, they prey on the drive and will of vulnerable girls to get out of the situation. You know, so Zanele, if you watch the movie, she has aspirations to be an air hostess, and she wants to see the world and wants to travel the world, and sees no other option to get out of her situation but to find a sugar daddy. So those are some of the themes we explore. Those are some of the things we talk about, and it's interesting what transpires from there, because this story is based on a real person.
Well, we're going to have to wrap up there, but I'm absolutely thrilled to hear the story. What thrills me more is what you went through to actually raise the money to actually make the movie. To me, you know, that's true entrepreneurship, and that you have the passion, and that even with, I would say, a lack of experience, without having done it before, you're able to produce such a wonderful product. I can only wish you all the best. And we've done it before. We've been on the red carpet. South Africa has been on the red carpet before. And I just hope that this is your year, or it will be 2016 will be here. But good luck with the release.
Thank you very much. We come out on the 31st of July.
You've been on the couch with Ernest, Tatu, and David Shapiro.